Hi, Graham Pretty of Your Claim. We're property damage assessors, FCA regulated and licensed, based in Chelmsford, working throughout London, South East and East Anglia. And I'm here today at a severely water damaged property. This has now manifested into a fairly heavily mould ridden damaged property, and we're just going to talk through some of the sort of key aspects of restoration from here on, and how we look to put this property back to its pre-loss condition. So firstly, we're just going to go to the scene of the causation, the scene of the problem. So this is a escape of water, severely water damaged property, and it all started in the loft. So we had a mains pipe burst in the loft. It was a frozen pipe during December 2022. So the pipe had expanded due to it being frozen, and then it contracted, split the joint, and we had mains water pressure for running well over a week, which has cascaded down through the loft into the first floor. All right. So a fairly familiar scene. We've got the loft hatch open now so we can inspect it, but the whole of the upper floor has been very badly water damaged. As I say, it's now manifested into black mould all over the walls. It's not somewhere I particularly want to stay in for too long, because these mould spores are potentially dangerous for your health, but you can really get a feel for the kind of damage that has been caused. All right. Yeah, so one of the problems that we have with contents, particularly soft fabrics, is that once mould has spread and become airborne, it travels from item to item, and once mould actually gets into the fabric, it can't be cleaned. It just won't go away. So here's an example of mould which has transferred through the air. So it hasn't actually been physically damaged by water, but this is migrated through the air and then just started to cling on to this particular unit, and that will have eaten into the fabric of it. Equally, if you see these drawers here and some of the other soft fabrics here, so I would expect it's unlikely much or any of the possessions in this property from top to bottom will be salvageable now, due to the high level of humidity, mould and damp and general grime has been caused from it. All right. Yeah, so one of the first obstacles we face when we enter a badly water damaged property is we need to get power into the building. Now, in this particular situation, that was problematic, because water had come through the walls on all sides and soaked the walls, and the circuit board here was absolutely saturated. So there's no way that we could plug anything into that. It would have caused a fire, small explosion, sparks. So first thing we did was reconnect a temporary supply. All right. So the first thing we'd do is instruct a gas safe engineer to inspect the boiler. But if any of the component parts were affected, were corroded by water damage, then it would mean that he wouldn't be able to certify the boiler. It wouldn't be safe, so the boiler would need to be replaced. The additional complication here is that all of the internal plasterboard walls are going to have to come out, because you can see the mould on the wall. If it's this side, it will be on the other side. The external skin, the brick wall, needs to be thoroughly dried before we can start restoration. So what that means is the boiler is going to have to come off the wall in any case. So heating the property temporarily is not going to be possible through conventional means. Yeah, so this is a really good example of what happens when you've got a really badly water damaged property. We've had thousands of litres of water come from the ceiling below, cascading down into the walls, into the floor. And you can see it's absolutely covered with black mould. And if you were to think you might be able to clean the mould off one side, well, look, it's on the other side as well. It's actually gone all the way through the plasterboard. So there's absolutely no chance any of that is going to be salvaged. The water's just turned these walls into mush, and why there's a big channel through this wall is this was where the TV was housed, and the weight of the TV has just pulled the whole of the bracket off the wall and left a gaping hole. So in this situation, we'd need to take out all of the internal stud walls, the ceilings, so that we could dry the wall plates, the floor plates, and thoroughly dry out all the timbers in between. The same with the floor as well. Being a concrete screed, it will have absorbed a lot of the water, so we'd need to dry that. And also the cosmetic flooring in here will all be water damaged as well, so that's all going to need to come up and thoroughly dry before reinstatement. Yeah, a particularly bad example of what happens when you know, a property's left for so long without any mitigation, without any drying, which is a really sorry, sad sight. All right. Yeah, I just really want to talk about some of the secondary damage that has occurred. On the face of it, this kitchen seems to have held up quite well. It hasn't suffered from any water damage as such, but the high humidity that is apparent in this house has started to cause these cornices or plinths just to pull apart, and that's just a high level of humidity. You can see it here. If we were to leave this kitchen, there's two reasons we're going to take this kitchen out. One is that it won't survive the rest of the restoration because we're now going to engage a very extensive program of drying. So, you know, we put all this water into the atmosphere, we're going to take all of that moisture out. That will cause additional physical damage to the kitchen. Then the actual sort of physical process of taking out the internal walls means that the kitchen has to come out so that we can dry the external fabric of the walls, not just the internal stud work. And again, we can see mould now just starting to appear on the bottom of these doors because it's been left for so long. So it's a shame, and if the situation had been different and we were able to engage restoration a lot sooner, we probably could have salvaged and saved this this kitchen, but it wasn't to be, so it will need to come out. All right. Yeah, so I hope you found this walkthrough of interest. This is a particularly bad water damage and mould-ridden property. And this particular situation, insurers haven't been playing fair, but we are going to turn this around, absolutely 100%. If we can help you in any way, if you need any advice on restoration, with your insurance claim, with mitigating losses, then please don't hesitate to give me a call. My name's Graham Pretty, the company's Your Claim. That's www.your-claim.com. All right.